Welcome back. Bruce Porter joins us now for this week's Dollars and Cents segment. Thanks for coming in, Bruce. Good to see you.
Good to be back.
All right, we have a financial question. Let's take a look, see what it is. I have a large IRA account as a result of my retiring and moving my 401k. I am not needing the income as of yet. Do you have any ideas on how to avoid tax liabilities on that money and the potential tax on my Social Security? So they don't need it now. There is a, depending on the age, there's a certain distribution you have to take. So where do we start here?
Well, the question is, can we avoid tax and all that? Well, there are some techniques that you can do to do that. But the big problem with qualified retirement planning is that it's qualified to be taxed. So it doesn't matter if it's you, your spouse, your children. If you pass away, somebody's going to have to pay tax on that lump sum of money, and potentially it can create some huge tax liabilities for the recipients, whether it's you or your family. So now, you always want to try to get a game plan before you retire. Like when people come and talk to us, we always want to sit down, and the first thing we want to do is develop a income game plan. Figure a cost analysis, figure out where we're at, what we got, what's the overall objective of what you want to do. If your objective is to try to not have your provisional income above the threshold, which causes the taxation on your Social Security, then we try to make provisions ahead of that to try to get some of the funds in a tax-free environment. So what we're going to talk about today is a Roth IRA. Roth IRA is a wonderful tool to use for tax-free retirement planning. Now, there are some things that you have to do to get to that point, but let's look at it. There's benefits to a Roth IRA. Freedom from future tax increases. So whatever money you've got in or converted into a Roth, you may have tax liability as you convert in, but it's never going to be taxed again. Not the benefit you receive, not the benefit you push on to your spouse or your children. Everybody gets to take advantage of that tax-free. Our national debt's $18 trillion. That's $150,000 per household. Chances are income taxes are probably going to go up. Now, if we just do the simple math, politicians are going to have to work within their own budget. Well, that's an impossibility. So chances are we're going to be facing larger tax increases. So as that's the case, that qualified money may have future taxes that are more than what they are right now. So trying to figure that out. There's no minimum distribution on a Roth IRA, like a IRA that forces you to take money out. We don't have to deal with that.
Okay, so the Roth does not have that.
The Roth does not have the required minimum distribution. There's no additional tax on your Social Security on the income coming out of a Roth IRA. That's tax-free income, so tax-free income does not negatively impact your provisional income threshold, so your tax on your Social Security is not going to be affected. And if you're gone, it's going to pass on to your kids or your spouse tax-free as well, and they get to use the benefits of that. So it's very important to realize that when you're facing retirement and you have a concern about taxation, look for the tools to do something about it now, and that'll help you in the long run. There's no rules on restrictions on income. Used to, if you had a certain amount of income, you were restricted on what you could put in a Roth IRA. Those rules have gone away. There's no income restriction, no rules on how much or how little you convert. You could take all of your 401k and convert it to a Roth, but you got to remember that particular year, you got taxes on all that money. Now, you might weigh the effect of doing that and taking income tax-free for the rest of your life off that. That's just something that you got to decide with you and your advisor.
Yeah, and it might help to have that advisor help you figure out what you think your income and your tax liability might be
That's right.
several years down the road, because that could make a big difference.